People, deluded, I'm back again. Now, sorry to go over the same old tired subjects, but I think we have to get the homegrown project right. Now, granted, when I say homegrown, please, I'm using the term a bit loosely. What I'm trying to refer is that especially these young players or players that have been at Arsenal or any club, but specific Arsenal for a while now, and they're of a good age where they can be here for the foreseeable future, and they're showing potential and things like that. So just bear that in mind. But back to what I was getting at. We know first time around the homegrown project ultimately flattered to deceive. I mean, Ox, Wilshere, Ramsey, Theo, not Jenkinson, but the rest of them, they showed here and there, Chesney, here and there, they showed moments, or there's good memories you've got with them, but it didn't happen in it. It weren't a thing where like Alex Ferguson when he had Giggs, Becks, but Neville's, the rest of it, and it came through. We was hoping on that. I mean, Wenger gave every other reason for it not to happen. For obviously, if we look at all their individual cases, there's ways we can say why it didn't work out for the likes of Wilshere, like I said, Ramsey, etc. He's still here. Gibbs too. They've all had good memories, or they've had good games for us, but on the last part, none of them are gonna go down as icons or legends or anything close to that. Maybe fan favourites at both, at best. Sorry, with Wilshere and Ramsey. So it didn't work out. Injuries, inconsistencies, failings as a whole, it didn't work out. This time it has to work out. I say this because clearly, Emery, when he got the job, he was told, listen, there'll be money available here and there. You saw we brought in Lacazette and Aubameyang for 50 odd million or so, but that's only gonna be on a thing where you raise your own funds. We say that, but we had a bit in the transfer kitty before both. We let the likes of Theo, Giroud, etc. go that were on good wages. So we played around with the figures and stuff like that. So he's able to get around that to a degree. So he's probably been told, you got to work with what you can. There'll be money, but you kind of got to work with what you have and save money where you can. You look at Torreira's deal, it's money well spent, but we're actually paying more because we can pay less in installments. So there's austerity measures similar to they'll probably be at Spurs with the stadium stuff. This is all on the face where Liverpool, which when you say, not to get Spurs involved or Liverpool, but when you were to look at the top 6 or the top 4, you'd say City, United, Chelsea, they're on a different level in terms of spending. Spurs, they're probably behind or were behind everybody, but or whatever. But them 3 clubs in Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs, they were more or less in the same bracket for spending. We could spend similar fees. Now we've been eclipsed by Liverpool. They're seeing what they're doing, which is quite good, and you're seeing their project. Spurs, I think both of us are very even in the sense that one minute it looks like both clubs have money, the other it doesn't. So Unai has to work a bit of magic in it, in a sense that like that, and that's probably why you might see Welbs and Ramsey sacrificed to bring in players. And he seems to be building a core of his own in the sense that I'm not really sure how long it can last. But you see, Cech is still there. He's giving Cech. You would have thought Cech would have been rubbed out this season. He's been playing all right prior to his injury. Monreal is our left back, but he's not exactly getting any younger. And every year we ask the question, do we need another left back? Because Koscielny's been given a vote of confidence, even though he hasn't played any part of the season. You've got Lichtsteiner, who's come into the side. He might not be playing, but he's an influence. So he's surrounded himself with the old guard and things like that. And you'd like to and on and off the field purposes to take us forward. But you'd like to think that isn't going to last. So I believe we have to get this next core of players correct. And again, don't get caught up on the loose term of me saying homegrown. But you look at the likes of Iwobi's homegrown, Nelson's to come back on loan, Maitland-Niles, Torreira's not homegrown, but he's 22 years of age. Bellerin's not exactly old himself. Rob Holding is English, so homegrown. Guendouzi, not homegrown, but relatively inexperienced as a whole as a footballer, but he's taken to it. These are the likes I like to see. The 4 or 5 I've said, we need to build our side around them. It's going to take time. I would love to say that these, as much as I love, you guys know I love all of these players. I've made vids about them. I'm happy with them. But that list of players, would I say they're going to win league titles? I'd say no. They wouldn't be competitive. We'd have to allow each and every one of them to develop and mature. They're all improving and developing at different rates. What Guendouzi, for example, might be developing at a rapid pace by, Maitland-Niles might be developing slowly in that particular aspect. Vice versa, Maitland-Niles might excel at positioning, but in terms of making runs off the ball, he needs help. So they're all at different rates and stuff like that. So we need to allow them to develop and become the core of our side, in my opinion. Added to that, obviously, you've got a couple young players just below them in Amici, Coyle, the big one in me is Saka. If Saka don't make it here, there's a problem. Vontae Campbell, the right back, I can't believe he's so underrated at this club. Whether they make it here or not, I do believe we kind of have to do something in that regards, in ensuring that we get it right this time with the homegrown core thing. They're the core of players, especially on the face of adversity and scouts doing their job sort of thing, where we need to really get it right, man. Of course, Amici as well, if I didn't say his name, but the amount I've said about 7, 8, 9 names, it would be wishful thinking to think they're all going to play a mad part at Arsenal, but we have to ensure they do. We have to ensure that they have more of a chance than the last homegrown side, because you could actually say the homegrown was successful in the sense that Ramsey's got 3 FA Cup trophies, Wilshere had 2, Ox has got 3, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong. We were getting top 4 on the face of it. They weren't exactly bad, but it weren't in the sense that they were going to take us to become champions. And even if you could even see Ox, Ramsey, Wilshere, they've all got different talking points as to why they never developed or kicked on at Arsenal, but the common denominator clearly is not developed as much or not reached potential. For what reason, one or another, macro or micro, we could sit here all day and speak about the dynamics that were previously at play at this club. But you lot know what happened. All I can say now is we kind of need to make sure we improve in that aspect, man, because it's wishful thinking, but it's my dream to see the current homegrown players develop into players that you can call upon and stuff, and it's my dream to see a couple of academy players go on and become first team. Like, I honestly believe Amici, Coyle and Saka in particular, and Vontae Daly-Campbell, the right back, fullback, have potential to make that. And people just below them, you got Monza, you got Aziz. Potential, just potential in it at the end of the day. I've seen, J. Emmanuel Thomas looked like he was going to be the next one up at a point. So did Sanchez. What is where, and Jet is where. No disrespect to either of them, because they've all gone and had careers, but just football has twists and turns, and potential is just one buzzword, and everyone's got potential. And if it was black and white, half of these players that are previously and currently and will be in the future would be world class at 19. But football is not linear. It's not a straight path, essentially, if that's even what linear means. But yeah, man. People, I'm out of your hair now, man. I've said what I need to say. Guys, thank you very much for watching and tuning in. As usual, it means a lot, man. Thank you very much.